Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Green Room Podcast. I'm Matthew Brune, and joining me once again is Colin Mitchell. Colin, it's UTSA Hate Week,
Mm-hmm.
flat out.
Flat,
But
flat
thank
out.
you, but thank you to all of. I know every time we post a video on UTSA, all of UTSA's fan base watches it. So thank you in advance for watching our video. Leave a like, comment,
Subscribe. I'd like 300 subscribers. I said I want 300
subscribe.
subscribers
If
for
you're a
the UTSA
UTSA
game.
fan, come
So,
on, man.
yeah.
How are you not going to subscribe to a North Texas podcast?
Mm-hmm.
How are you not gonna do that? Just so you can comment every time and be like, y'all suck, y'all suck. Do it.
Which,
Do it.
it might not be false information. So.
Shut up. Damn it, Colin. I was trying to have a false bravado here.
Yeah, but it's hard to have a false bravado when you're 3-5. So.
3-5. Okay. Let's talk about it. North Texas UTSA. Let's cut right to it, right to the chase. 3-5 North Texas versus a 5-3 UTSA team. I will maintain through 4 games of this year, heck, through 5 games, you could argue UTSA was not a very good team.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Houston in a game that last year or the year before they would have won. Beat Texas State by 7. Lost to Army. Army's not good this year. And lost to Tennessee in a game they were down, I think, 31-0 at halftime. Then they beat Temple 49-34. You know, Temple had Warner, so it's a little bit more excusable of giving up 34 points. But still, first 5 games of the year, not great. Since then, Colin,
Yeah.
UTSA's beaten UAB 41-20, beaten FAU 36-10, and beaten East Carolina 41-27. So the offense is rolling, for better or worse. But to me, it's the defense that's kind of taken a step forward here, and that's my concern. What are your concerns when just looking at this game in the big picture, or maybe not concerns, just thoughts?
I mean, my main thought is that UTSA, like every team during the stretch of death, seems to have, well, except for SMU, I guess. SMU's offense is insane. The last 2 teams that they've played, it's more so that we're really worried about their defense and their run game. And the quarterbacks, yes, they're good, but they haven't really done anything crazy. And I think UTSA fits that same template. Yes, Frank Harris is good, but he's not great. I think 13 touchdowns to 6 picks. And he hasn't been super efficient this year. But again, like you said, the defense. And that's the thing that North Texas has had to overcome in the first half of a lot of these games, although we know that they can score and come back and take advantage of that. But I think it's just, again, trying to overcome the team that has a good defense and I don't want to say efficient offense, but a reliable offense.
Yeah.
Reliable. Because like we saw against Memphis, for example, Hennigan didn't have to do much because they could run on the ground. Same with Tulane. The quarterback didn't have to do much because they were able to run the ball. So same thing could happen with Frank Harris here. And Frank Harris can run too. And that was also a problem against Tulane at the end of the game where you couldn't get the final stop to win that game. So
Yeah. Frank Harris, you go back and you look at it, he missed a couple games, including the Army game that they lost. But you look at the past couple games, UAB, they blew him out with him only passing for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. They beat FAU handily with him only going 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. ECU, he did play pretty well, 395 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. But my point is they're blowing out UAB and FAU without Frank Harris playing really well. I think they're winning field position. Like, they're winning field position. They're winning turnovers for the most part. And I do think the defense is kind of giving the offense better positioning to be successful. Like,
right.
the performance against Army was abysmal, like, by UTSA. So I'm interested to see how exactly it looks with the defense that's playing better. However, Chandler Rogers to me is the best quarterback in the American, and him and like Michael Pratt. You could throw Frank Harris in there. I don't think Frank Harris has been as good this year, but Chandler Rogers has shown that he can move the ball against Tulane, against Memphis. Like, he can really,
Right.
it doesn't matter the defense really. He's going to be efficient. He's going to take what the defense gives him. He's going to make some tough throws. Like, I have all the trust in Rogers here to put up a better fight than UAB and FAU and East Carolina. Like, there's an argument to be made. Outside of Tennessee, this is the best offense UTSA's played this year.
Probably.
Like, it's better than Houston's.
Yeah.
It's better Like it's better than FAU's. Honestly, Tennessee's offense isn't even that great, but it's an SEC school with Milton at quarterback. It's fine, but
Right.
like this is going to be a strength on strength type thing there.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's can you go up against another opponent in the stretch of death and be prepared for it? They were able to do that against Memphis, even though it didn't look like that at first. So I'd like them to open up to be a little bit better, but UTSA is still a tough opponent. I don't want us to come up here and be like, yeah, it's going to be a game that they have a 50-50 chance of winning, because I don't think that that's the case. UTSA was still, I don't. What were they picked? Was it to win the conference?
Phew, I don't remember that.
I feel like it was like 1
I
and
think
2 with Tulane.
Tulane.
I think it was Tulane. I
Yeah,
think
it
you're
was
right,
one
but
to
it was
play
like 1
Tulane.
and
Yeah,
2,
yeah.
and they were up there for a reason. They're favored by 7.5 for a reason. That's not to say that North Texas can't win, because I think that UTSA is the worst team out of this stretch of death. But I think it's still important that all of us, I know the team's going to do that, but all fans, although it's a rivalry game, needs to give UTSA the respect that it has kind of built up over these last few years.
Well, this is the thing. It's not a must-win game for North Texas, but
Mm-hmm.
this feels like a culmination of everything that we've seen from this team throughout the season. And you go with the first two games, the lows that you hit at that point. You go with the progress that was made in the subsequent games, and then you get Memphis and Tulane, and you give them a good shot, and you almost win the games. This feels like the breakthrough moment. Like for this,
Yeah.
if this team is going to do it, if this team is going to do anything special this year as far as like make a bowl game, this is obviously the time to do it. There's no other time. If you lose this game, I hate to admit it, but SMU is really, really good this year. Like North Texas is probably not beating SMU. So there's pressure,
Yeah.
and I think there are some expectations that UTSA looks vulnerable. North Texas is showing that they're improving. They're hanging in there with good teams. That's the step, like we said on the reaction podcast. It was the next step forward was to just start competing with these teams, because under
Mhm.
Set the Trail, they weren't competing with these teams consistently. Maybe
Right.
they get a random win here, random win there, but overall against the Trail, it's mostly 2017, get your doors blown off by FAU. It's last year
Right.
getting your doors blown off in the conference championship game. Um, you back-to-back weeks put together solid performances to where you're competitive, but now it's, can you take that next step forward just to get one of the 4 wins in
Yeah.
this stretch of death?
Here's what I want them to come out and play like they can play in the second half of games. Because I don't want this to be a situation where UTSA comes to North Texas and then it's like, okay, they're down 17 points at the end of the half, and it's like, oh, I guess we're just gonna have to come back again. I want North Texas to be in control of the game, or at least be trading punches with a team in the first half. And then if they're going to lose this game, I want them to have UTSA take it from them. I don't want North Texas to lose this game. Like, I don't want it to be a situation where you let a touchdown be scored in the last 47 seconds, or if you don't get a quarterback and let them scramble into the end zone like they did against Tulane. I want it to be UTSA has to pull off some crazy thing if they want to win this game. Because again, I think UTSA is definitely a tier below Memphis and Tulane, but they are still a good team, and North Texas needs to be at the top of their A game to beat them.
Frank Harris is averaging his lowest yards per attempt since 2020, 7.8. Lowest completion percentage since 2020. Obviously, you lose Kari Franklin, and Decorian Clark has not played this year. I think he's had a knee injury over the summer. I don't know his status, but basically, you're only relying on Joshua Cephas, who has been fantastic for them. Like if you look at his stats,
Yeah.
56 catches, 681, 7 touchdowns. But this isn't the three-headed monster that you played last year. Sincere McCormick's not on this team, to go back to a couple years ago, and this is a Frank Harris that doesn't look as sharp, I think, as he did the past 2 years. So in theory, like you said, you don't want to give up. You shouldn't be giving up 24 to 28 points in the first half to this
Yeah.
UTSA team. You should be able to keep it within reach to where it's 17 to 10, 14 to 10, something like that, 17-14, somewhere in that realm, to where you're not having to pull off this massive comeback and
Yep.
everything go right. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel exactly, but this definitely feels like the pinnacle moment for this team is like, all right, let's see what you're made of, because through the ups and downs, this is where we're really gonna know, can this team make a bowl game? Can this team, uh, upset UTSA and get one of those wins that we talked about coming into the year? But I don't know. I don't know if I'm confident, but I definitely feel better. I feel like they'll cover the 7.5 point spread at the very least.
They covered against Memphis.
They covered against. I mean, they covered that against Tulane.
I don't remember. I don't remember Tulane's. I just remember Memphis's. Sorry.
You don't remember the final score against Tulane?
No.
It was pain. Don't.
I just know it was last second. I guess it
Don't
would
think
have
about
been more than a touchdown. So
Don't
just
think
kidding.
about it. Don't think about it. We lost by
dude.
7. Okay. Anything else?
Pick them.
Yeah, pick them. Okay.
Man, it's gonna be crazy when you go bald.
To update it, we are now tied at 19-19. Colin had a 4-1 week.
Yeah, that's a big week. Big week by the kid.
All right. Pick them. Do you want to go first?
I don't know. I'm gonna throw you the ball just because I feel like you might need it for this week. Brune under pressure right now might just falter the rest of the way through. I mean, what is this? If we don't make something happen, you go bald in just like a month and a week.
Well, we have to see when we can organize the scheduling.
I mean,
the scheduling is
next
challenging.
month.
We'll see. The scheduling is challenging, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay. I said a really bad line. I said a couple really bad lines last week.
Awful lines.
Maury Macklin, 19.5 yards per reception.
That was crazy. That one was a crazy.
That was not good. So let's do something conservative here. Let's do something safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do this. North Texas first half points.
Mm-hmm. Better pick this line like your life depends on it, Bruni.
This is challenging. 13.5.
13.5. I am going to take the over.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. If I would have set 14.5, would you have gone over?
I would have gone over. I think they're going to score 17.
Sheesh. Have fun with that. Okay.
First of all, I don't know.
Second,
I won 4-1
it's a tie
last
game,
week.
Colin. It's
I
a
won
tie game.
4-1 last week.
I don't know what you have.
And you were up. You had the blowout. You had to just close it out.
There's a whole half of the season left, Colin. There was no sitting on the ball here. We got to play. We got to play football. Okay. UTSA. Let me look up something real quick.
Mm-hmm. What kind of weird stat you threw out? Third
No,
down?
I'm not gonna do anything random. Just
Okay.
UTSA.
Mm-hmm.
Yards per rush.
Okay.
So yards per carry, I guess you want to say. This is still a North Texas defense that ranks last in the country in rushing. And this is as a team. So this also includes sacks. This is just the overall yards per carry.
Okay. I got it.
5.3.
5.3. Didn't you give me 5.1 against somebody and it was the under or the over?
I think it was the over.
I'm going to go under because they haven't averaged over 5 with the last 4 games.
They also haven't played North Texas.
They also haven't played North Texas, but Tulane got 5.0 actually. That's the one I won, wasn't it? One of them. I'm going to go the under on that though.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember. Regardless. Okay.
5.3.
So Colin says under. What do you got?
Let's see here. So I got 2 locked in. What can we use to raise the old let's do over under on Frank Harris passing yards. He is averaging nothing. Jesus.
What is he averaging? Like
167.8.
That's not true.
Oh, that's rating. I'm sorry.
That's not true.
That's so stupid to have rating next to. Okay. That's so dumb. I mean, it might be close to that.
No. 1,600 divided by 6, Colin. Quick math. That's 260.
260.
Something like that.
1,600 divided by 6. That true? 266. Dang. All right.
I'm good at math. For those who don't know, you saw that?
This is
You saw that?
quick, Bruni. 42 divided by like 7.5. I'm just gonna calculate it.
I thought you were
Calculate
gonna say
it.
42 divided by 7. I was like, Colin, what is this?
No, that's
Okay.
6, right?
So how many passing yards for Frank Harris if he's
This
averaging
is
260?
this is tough, Bruni, because
Do
I
it.
didn't think it was gonna be 260, so I
Do
thought
it.
this was gonna be
Do
easier.
it.
I'm gonna go with
Do it.
rivalry game. Frank
Come on.
Harris.
Yeah. Huh?
I got to, Bruni. My life depends on this. Okay,
I
I don't
know.
want you to rush me here.
No,
Okay,
I'm not rushing you.
this is ridiculous.
I'm not rushing you.
All right,
I'm not rushing you. Take your time. Just hurry up.
He had 395 against Eastern Carolina. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Over under 243 and a half.
243 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
You serious?
Dead serious.
You sure? You sure you don't want to change that?
Yeah.
Come on, I'll give you one chance. Go ahead.
No,
No, go ahead, change it.
I don't want to change it.
243 and a half.
You giving me all this crap and you can't even pick quickly. That's crazy.
243 and a half.
243 and a half, Bruni. That is the number. 395 last game, 261 against FAU.
You said 243 and a half?
Yeah.
I'll take the over.
Okay. I wanted you to take the over. Clearly. Clearly,
Okay.
my plan is going great. All setting up for another 5. I want 5-0 this week. Okay. Let's go.
Yeah, 5-0 this week. All right. What's your other one? What's your second one?
North Texas.
Do a positive
I guess
one.
it is a positive one.
Okay.
How would you like forced turnover? Like
Yeah.
UTSA turnovers?
Yeah, forced turnovers.
Over under 1.5.
Shoot. Let me think for a second. Sheesh.
I feel like North
Do
Texas hasn't forced a turnover in forever. That's why it's hard for me to go higher than that.
I think that they forced 2 turnovers? Frank Harris hasn't been great, but 2
How many turnovers has North Texas forced? That's
They forced, well, actually, to be fair, 8 interceptions. How many of them were against Temple, though? 3?
3.
Against the backup quarterback of Temple?
They have forced 1 fumble.
4. 4 fumble recoveries.
Oh, I don't have the. Sorry, I was sorting by
4 fumble
interceptions.
recoveries and 8 interceptions. So that's 12 in 8 games. Statistically
Yes.
speaking, I will take
Yes.
the under.
Okay, good. I wanted the over on that. Frank Harris is about to have the worst game of his entire life, and I'm going to go 4-0. And then we're going to ultimately predict a North Texas win 38-27.
Whew.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay.
Yeah. This is about to be. See, I don't know if you're. I don't know if I feel like you don't know how to feel. You either feel like I'm. It's like I'm too confident, and I'm gonna like make sure I'm gonna call the divine people to bring forth the UTSA loss.
I'm going to keep it a little closer, a little bit more respectable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say North Texas.
Respectable. This is UTSA, Bruni.
I'm going to say North Texas. I can't say the defense getting that many stops.
Oh, they're not getting stops. They're getting bad Frank Harris throws, which is going to keep them under 243.5 yards and get me over the 2 1.5 turnovers.
Sheesh, this is hard.
I'm going to be jumping up and down during this game.
37-35 North Texas.
37-35.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Let's wrap this up.
Dang. UTSA is going to have a really great game on paper, but lose. Over 5.3 rushing yards.
They're going to run the ball. They're going to throw the ball. They're going to have success. They're going to get 35 points, but it's not going to be enough.
Okay.
It's not going to be enough. It is kind of crazy. I did pick everything kind of against North Texas.
Yeah, you did.
Like under 13.5 first half. UTSA is going to run all over them, pass all over them.
That means they have to score.
And they're not forcing turnovers.
They have to score 24 points in the second half, just like they have these last 2 games to get to your.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got it. We're covering all our bases here, Colin. All right. North Texas is going to win, and it's not going to be pretty. Okay. That's it.
I like these aggressive lines.
Very aggressive. All right. That's all we have for y'all today. Hope y'all enjoyed this section of the podcast, and then we're going to talk to Ross Hodge. For the audio listeners, it'll just flow seamlessly in, but for on YouTube, check it out. It'll be a separate link, so check it out on our page as well. We'll be back after the game. What time's the game? Saturday?
Man, you're gonna be down 5 points after this, and
Actually,
then I can coast.
it'll
to a
probably be
win.
on Sunday. We do the game.
Okay.
The game is at 2 p.m. I'll be driving to Tuscaloosa. So.
Oh yeah, big man.
Big man. Big
Yeah,
man.
it's gonna be crazy. Me driving to Tuscaloosa, crying that you just lost 5 points.
Shaving my head as we go. Just
Yeah.
like in the movies when the
Doing
ladies
it.
get mad.
Yeah, just seeing what it looks like. You're gonna be in the mirror at lights, just like.
I don't think I look that bad.
I'm either gonna be the happiest man in the world on Saturday or the saddest.
I love our steaks. I love the steaks we put on this thing. It's amazing. Okay. Thank y'all for joining us. We will talk to y'all later. Subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Shout out to UTSA people watching the pod too.
Yeah, give me subscribes. I want 300, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.